Macho Samson.
And we have a very lovely special guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name's Elam Kaz.
Elam
Kaz,
Kaz.
everybody.
Yay!
Damn, that's really fun.
Listen to that crispy ass sound bite.
That was really
Awesome.
Man, we've been waiting for that one for a while.
We have been waiting for that one for a good while. How's everybody doing tonight?
Awesome.
Lovely. Lovely.
Looking forward to getting back to the regular business. We got our usual sound engineer on the ones and twos as per. Welcome back from the hiatus. We missed you tremendously.
Man, we missed it.
Sorry, I had to take a night. I'm back.
You can't take any more breaks anymore.
We got to let her cook.
She had to get lit.
I did. I'm so drunk.
It's cool. Thank you. How's things going, man, before we delve into these topics and get into the fuck shit? Y'all got anything y'all want to bring up? How was today?
I'm upset.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man. What?
So's Drake.
Oh, yeah, so is Drake. Shout out to Drizzy. What's got you upset, Cutter?
I'm not gonna get into specifics, but some certain people, they're gonna remain nameless.
That almost came to the pod show.
Man.
It
That
is
what
what it is.
There's
I
no way-
just do what you say you gonna do. That's where I'm gonna leave it at.
You gonna leave it there?
I'm gonna just leave it like that. Just do what you say you gonna do.
Mark, stay irked.
We gotta
Sounds
dedicate.
like the ABM.
You don't want them dancing in music videos.
Oh my God!
Oh, no.
Could you please?
Come to death row.
Could you please? You care to tell us what's the acronym about the ABM?
Angry black man.
Oh yeah. Go ahead and give her a
Damn.
for that one, Macho.
That's what
Angry
you sounded
black
like.
man.
Not that you are. It just sounded
It's
like animosity.
Angry.
about 3 angry black men. I don't know. Do we count as angry black men?
I don't think so.
I'm a perturbed black man.
You ain't necessarily
Not
angry.
necessarily angry. I just get a little aggy every now and then. You know what I'm saying?
What does that mean?
What is
A little
ag-
aggy,
How does
agitated. I get agitated at things. I just be like, you know what? I could sock you in the face right now.
Is that because you're a black man, or you're just a man that's just angry?
Good question.
I mean,
'Cause
What
a
is
lot of men
beneath
get
the man?
angry. I've seen a man go off on somebody at McDonald's because he made the wrong order. He was just an angry man.
I've
yeah, I'm
seen
not
that.
angry just for the sake
Fries
of being
weren't good
angry.
enough.
Things make me angry.
What kind of things make the villain angry?
Okay, let me tell you what makes me angry.
Please go
Something that
ahead.
just happened to me. I just told you about this earlier.
Oh my God.
They called the Michigan Humane Society on me, right?
Well, disclaimer, before any of our racist ass viewers out there assume that it was a white person, villain stays on a very, very Detroit ass street. And I'm pretty sure it ain't no Patties and Karens on his block. So
No,
it was
this
one
not,
of you niggas that reported him. Go ahead,
Damn,
villain.
okay,
Yeah, this ain't no Humane Society Helen, but yeah, I got the Michigan Humane Society called on me. I have a Mastiff, right? I have a 130-pound dog, right?
Okay.
And
What's the dog's name though?
the dog name is Linwood.
Give Linwood a bell right
Y'all
quick.
trying to make me choke. I'm trying not
My
to.
dog
No,
name
this
is
is
Linwood.
regular.
Linwood.
My
Liquor.
dog's name's Corona. I can't
Okay.
judge.
Y'all-
Okay,
y'all-
okay, turn up.
Okay,
turn up. You gotta
Y'all-
turn up.
The engineer that took a break, she
Turn up,
came
dog.
back
Is he a
a
Chihuahua?
little bit.
Is he a
No,
Chihuahua?
he's German Shepherd and Husky.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
That's a
what's
nice
up.
mix.
He has a lime collar.
Nice.
dope.
I want a
dope.
dog. I never had a dog before.
So
Not once.
my dog name is
Nope.
my dog name is Linwood. Linwood the villain, to be exact. He has an Instagram as well.
Y'all
But,
need your own little
Shameless
Hanna
plug,
Barbera
shameless
Sound like the
cartoon.
dog
We
has
might.
an alter ego too.
Right.
Like Dick Dashley and Muttley. That would be excellent.
right. So as anybody that knows Mastiffs just lay around because they're lazy, right?
I mean, it's a whole lot of dog. I mean,
It's a lot of dog to move around. So,
yeah.
he gets lazy and just lays there. So whoever saw my dog, he was just laying in my driveway, like behind the gate. Like I have this fence with holes in it, so you can just see straight through the back. So he's just laying in the driveway, and they're like, "Hey, the dog is underweight and he can't move." This is what they told the Michigan Humane Society.
Obviously, these people have only been 50 feet from your house and not up close like I have to
Yeah,
be.
they didn't want to get close enough to see if he was actually alive or not.
That's a big dog.
It's a big dog.
It is a big
I
dog.
mean, if you gonna make reports,
I mean, you make judgment calls.
don't be a bitch.
But like
Dang.
you said earlier, he's a big dog, but he's a well kept and well fed dog.
Exactly.
You don't want him overweight because he's so big. You don't want him to have cankles
Joint
and
problems
shack
and
problems
cancers
later on in life.
Diabetes.
Yeah.
He get
Damn,
dog diabetes.
straight to diabetes.
Yeah.
They go all our diabetes listeners.
There you go. And he's black, so you can't have a big, fat,
Y'all-
black-ass
y'all-
diabetic dog.
Y'all ignorant.
Because he black? Or is it because he
Let
just...
me continue the story.
Well, I was going to
So-
say, just keep digging it. I like it.
We ignorant.
So-
we ignorant as fuck around here. That's what 9 to 10 o'clock on Tuesdays is about. Thank you,
Ignorant
Cutter.
as fuck out.
Shout out to me today.
So I come downstairs because I hear my dog going crazy. And I look out the window, and it's the Michigan Humane Society dude. He's trying to put the little, his little card in the door and run away, right? And I was like, I come to the door, I'm like, no, you're not running away. Why are you here? He was like, I got a complaint. They said that your dog was underweight and he couldn't move. I'm like, he's moving right now. He's trying to kill you if you get any closer to him. And he's like, I see that. And I was like, okay.
I would
And
have played the race card. Like, what
No,
you
he's
do,
a
man?
black, but he's a black dude. He was a black dude.
Oh,
He
okay.
was
Oh, he's a
cool.
black
He
guy.
was cool.
Oh, okay.
If it was a white guy that came, they would probably try to take my dog, even though it was
Right,
no problem.
yeah.
But he was like, yeah,
They
there's
would have
nothing-
Michael Vicked you.
yeah, they was like, there's nothing wrong with your dog, man. I was like, I know. And I was like, so who made the complaint? He was like, I don't know. And I was like, so you don't know? So I'm like, nothing's gonna happen to them. And he was like, no.
One of your snitch ass neighbors. I wonder if it's that clown nigga from across the street that's got a car right on the lawn. I wonder-
Oh yeah, my neighbors that park on the line. Who does that?
This ain't.
A lot
This
of
ain't.
people
A lot of
park
people
on
parking on the
That's
line.
like some East Side shit.
It's just, if you just see a free space, why not?
So I'm looking at the face that our lovely guest just made. I just want to tell.
love it.
I just want to
love
tell
it.
you off top. The East Side is one of Villain's favorite fucking things to pick and pride at. So if you got some rebuttals,
I'm
please
not-
just
look.
let them fly.
You know, I'm
They're
pretty
it's an easy
universal.
target.
I'm just Detroit all day.
I
I'm East
feel
Side,
you.
West Side all day. I grew up on the West Side of Detroit. So shout out, Chicago, Dre Road, P Rock area.
Ooh.
So I'm definitely West Side all
Okay.
day.
You tough. You a tough cookie.
I am
Not
very rough
Plymouth.
on the edges.
Not
I
Plymouth.
just look pretty. I like pink, but
So
Not Plymouth for all you lame ass niggas out there listening. She specifically said P Rock.
yeah, P Rock. Man.
I got cousins that's been put in some work on.
How
Y'all
many-
so silly.
How many people you snuff?
Oh, God.
I don't even know what that means.
Well, I'm gonna use that as a small little segue. Go ahead and tell us something about yourself. We don't let this nigga ramble on.
Yeah,
for
he's
minutes
too long.
about his fake problems and his dog that ain't nobody in their
His
right
his
fucking
dia-
mind gonna
his
walk up
diabetic
try to
dog.
take.
Those are
I'm
real
si-
problems.
I'm sipping.
All right, go ahead and tell us something about yourself. And if you got anything to promote, go ahead and talk about that too.
Okay, well, my name's LM Kaz. I'm an artist, I'm a curator, and I do a couple events through Metro Detroit. I've been a fine artist for the last 4 years, and I like to go to the beach, I'm Aquarius, I like pizza and shit, you know what I'm saying? That's about it. What else?
No, that's pretty
That's
succinct.
pretty good.
what's up.
Any social media that they can check out?
Oh, yeah. L as in love, M as in money, Kaz, C-O-Z, Watson at Instagram.com and at Facebook.com.
Go ahead and
There
check
you
her out.
go.
We're gonna be sure to post those links for her on the site page.
I do have an event coming up, though. All jokes aside, I am an event coordinator and a curator for a gallery called Mac Alive on Mac and Fisher.
Go ahead and tell us about it.
Yeah. So Friday and Saturday, we're going to have a free all-women's festival. We're going to have probably about 30 women vendors.
We love free.
Yeah, right? We're going to have some women out there speaking really positive, enlightening words to other women for us to promoting their brands and believing in whatever they're doing, trying to sell, network, etc. But also we're going to have some performers out there. So got my girl Haley. Shout out to Haley from the psychedelic, Yoga Shack over there.
What type of performance?
Psychedelic Yoga Shack over near Mac.
7 Mile and Woodward.
I fuck with them.
Me too. If you haven't fucked around with them, Dr. Bob,
Psych-
white guy, short hair. He has everything you need in life.
Dr. Bob is a legend.
He is a legend.
It's right near the Sankofa water station. Sankofa and the water station. They
Yeah,
ain't
he's
the
a
same
cool
place.
guy, man. And everybody comes in there. It's
You
pretty
said
cool.
it's called the Psychedelic Love Shack.
And not say Love Shack.
You can't miss
That's a
it.
great date night, though.
You just
They got a
How's the
restaurant.
word?
They got a little restaurant there too.
they do.
What's
it's
it called?
vegetarian.
Psychedelic
Let's just call it the psychedelic shack on Woodward.
So there is no love in it.
It is so much love there.
Oh, okay.
So
I was
much.
Just making sure.
It's actually
Motherfuckers don't even have shoes on in there. Okay, it's
Yeah.
a total tree
Oh, wow.
house.
All love.
Wow.
kids
Nice.
playing in
That's
the
true.
dirt,
That's-
running
that's-
outside.
yeah.
That's too much love.
Oh, it's so cool though. I love it.
I can't even be mad at it given what's not too far down the street from there in either direction. So I'm just
Yeah,
glad
man.
that the place
Some people
exists.
come there because they don't even have, like shit. They be halfway homeless. They come there, they have to running water there, and hey, he help out the community.
We do. Got
That's
the
what's
Bob
up.
puts in work.
Mm. Okay.
Speaking of putting in work, a lot of us, and by a lot of us, I mean, black people. And you niggas out there that feign as black people sometimes, I guess.
Faux black people.
It's a phenomenon that we go through in the workplace where a little bit of yourself is subdued every day just so you can get through the workday without many problems, without anybody looking at you kind of way. Other people outside of the community see it as, why is your voice changing? Why is you talking funny or different? What do we call it, though, Cutter?
I think we call it like dialing up
Dialing up or code switching?
or code switching. Yeah, that's the new term that they call it now.
Yeah.
Code switching. We didn't call it that. It's just like talking white.
Yeah, I thought it was a funny term, like code
And
switching.
it's funny
It makes
because
sense, though.
it's funny because you ain't even got to be around white people or affiliated with white people to be considered a person that talks white. You just need standard King's English vernacular.
Yeah, that's not
Yeah.
fair, man. Because all my life I always got teased about that. It's like even in middle school, it's like, you trying to sound white. I'm like, I enunciate my words correctly. I speak English grammar.
Right.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Leave it to a nigga bereft of any vocabulary
Fuck.
and can't read to tease you about sounding
Right.
right.
Y'all know I found out that they do the numbers on the McDonald's and Burger King and shit because people can't read. So they say number 4, number 5 because they
That's a
couldn't.
damn
They used to
shame.
have, remember back in the day they used to have a whole long list of a menu.
Yes.
for
Right.
you to pick.
But you know
now
what?
it's number 5, number
On
5.
the cash register, it's the same way because the motherfuckers working there can't read either.
Yeah.
And they don't know quick math either. A lot
No.
of times. You be
Yeah.
sitting up there for like this little 6%.
I
$12, like,
didn't
oh my God, it's
I didn't
8%.
seen a nigga break out into a sweat trying not to motherfucking pull his hand out to motherfucking do the arithmetic on his fingers. Like, don't do it, dog, please.
I mean, like, I don't know. I feel like certain times when you go out there, you don't want to put yourself in that situation too. Because, like, if you go out to McDonald's and you like, all right, I could get a number 4, but I could say the whole menu out, but then they not going to understand that you want.
Don't confuse them.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, there's that weird confusion.
Keep it as easy as possible on these dumb
Them niggas
motherfuckers.
ain't come across Frederick Douglass.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
No.
Oh,
They
no.
call it Fred Doug. See, he's like, you talking white, you just mad because y'all don't let me say nothing.
Go
Look,
ahead, man.
I'm not talking white just because I say the whole word.
Right.
No, of course.
You know what I'm saying? Just because I pronounce the end of the word and the beginning of the word. I'm not talking white. You're just talking like a nigga.
Yeah.
Just like a nigga.
But that's the code, right? Because, like, if you don't speak the nigga code,
You gotta.
you kind of seem like,
You gonna stick out like a sore thumb?
yeah.
You
Or you throw
susceptible
hands.
to get robbed or beat up or some shit like that because like I grew up on Linwood and I grew up on 6 Mile and like you fuck around over there you start sounding like fucking
It's like you ain't got no choice.
you start sounding like Carlton off of
Yeah, you ain't
Fresh
got no
Prince.
choice.
They'll take advantage of your bitch ass.
Just
Right.
for having a decent, not even a decent vocabulary, for a simple enunciation.
Yeah.
Simple
Yeah.
enunciation.
Yes, agreed.
But yeah,
You
the
said
code
Mac,
is out of
you
control.
said Mac Nichols.
Mac Nichols?
Ask somebody to say Shayner. Shanier.
Shaney.
Even better. I
It's
got
Lasher.
you.
It's Lasher. nigga.
Lasher.
Hey, look. The Quindry.
Jesus.
I can't pronounce none of that East Side shit.
It be like, yeah, all them other places, nigga, by the Coney.
All them French ass
They keep
words.
repeating it like it's still wrong.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Or they just
Sound
give you a
brutal every
landmark.
time.
Nigga, by over there by Legends, nigga. You know what I'm talking about.
Legends
It's-
Coney
even
Island.
though it's
Wrong
like 4
landmarks.
motherfucking legends.
It's 4 Legends.
Right.
Or they tell you some wrong ass information.
Typical Detroit nigga shit. To all our listeners out there, if you ever get lost in Detroit, you shouldn't be driving around without a GPS. Don't you ever stop your motherfucking vehicle
No.
and ask nan nigga in the city.
You know,
for
I told
directions.
a good friend of mine that he's a photographer, Jeff Kancelowski. shout out Jeff. What's up? You know, great
Plug,
photographer. Yep.
Shout out to Jeff.
Absolutely.
Plug talk.
And he was telling me like, yeah, you know, I wanted to go shoot some stuff for Detroit. You know, he's like, I was thinking about the Linwood Davis Navy. And I said, hey,
no.
I said, so let me tell you.
Come on now, baby.
no.
I said, so you know, I really like you, Jeff, and you know, I'm gonna tell you straight up, you do not want to be there after certain times. You know, it's like crackheads walk around there. You know what I'm
Detroit
saying? Like
is-
I was being straight up with him. He was just standing like, okay.
Detroit.
What type of pigmentation is
Detroit is. You heard his last name, nigga.
Right.
Oh, okay. That's enough said.
Thank you. There wasn't no Jenkins on that.
Right.
Shout out to the Fine Arts Breakfast Club,
Shout out to
Detroit.
the fine arts.
It's a lot of Sawarski niggas walking around though.
Hey man. We all
got-
got
we
the
got-
qualities.
We got a lot of Eastern European and Polish people here in the metropolitan
That's
Detroit
true.
area. You got something against pierogies, nigga?
I have nothing. Them
Man, I
fucking
love
punchkis.
pierogies.
Them punchkis be
I was about to say
slapping
them
on Fat
Poozies is
Tuesday.
dope. You know, I was about
Who
to say
says
you can't
that?
slander
Hey,
mine.
hey, y'all can say what y'all want to say about white people. Y'all can't say nothing about the European cuisine, man. All that shit's delicious. That is nothing I haven't ate. I
White-
did not like. From
White
the
people got the
pate,
worst
the
food.
foie gras, to the
I got-
caviar,
I got-
to every
out of
goddamn
all the
thing.
races,
I'll
white
eat it all.
out of all the
From the
races, white
prosciutto to every
gonna say
goddamn
that
thing. I'm
again.
eating it all.
No, I mean, you know something?
That's fair.
Depends. What white people, man? Because there's a lot of different white people. It's a lot of different cuisines.
I mean, just the
Well, I like French
Everyday
cuisine,
white
you know,
person.
Italian.
are you
cuisine,
talking about
so-
standard American flour fare?
We're not talking,
Yeah.
we're not talking
Like-
American.
Like
cuisine.
deep fried macaroni and cheese
Yeah, I'm
stuff,
not-
That's French
meatloaf?
fries and hamburgers and
I'm
shit.
not
and
I'm not
barbecue.
talking saucy white people like fucking Italians and shit.
Oh, that's what I was talking.
See,
I'm
those
talking
aren't-
about the seven fish,
See,
you know,
those
Italy
different.
and shit.
That's different. That's different.
What's so different
Right,
about
what's
it?
that? All right,
Because
break
you know,
that down.
They got spices and shit.
You know
All
what?
right,
I'm
you
not
know
about to
what?
play with you. You know,
What's the next topic, dog?
I can't.
The next topic gonna have somebody up here on your ass talking
Right.
about they bolognese.
It's like,
sauce,
man,
nigga.
Okay.
we gonna do the check-in.
They
Like some
bechamel,
moolie
you
was
don't even
talking
know
about
shit.
the spices.
Some moolies
Some moolie on the
talking about the spices there.
spices.
I'm about to print out a
My mother, she.
Oh, wow.
Wait a
Okay.
minute.
I know
wait a
y'all
minute.
can't
Why
see
y'all-
what's going on.
Why y'all get to do that? But when I start doing
Because
it,
you're the villain,
Because
bro.
yeah, you the villain. We didn't add the extra.
He started
shell.
talking with his hands.
Yeah.
when my mother, she made the sauce for 7 days.
Okay.
You know who else makes sauce for 7 days?
What did they say? What did they say?
Stupid.
What did they say? What did they say about an Italian man with one hand, with one arm longer than the other one?
I feel like this is so bad.
He got a speech impediment.
Oh.
Oh, come on.
I don't
dog.
feel bad about that because a Greek guy
All
told
right.
a Greek guy told me that joke.
I think she cut his mic off. Oh,
Them crickets is for them crickets is for the Greeks.
Shout out to engineer, baby.
Ah.
crickets for the Greeks.
She out here saving lives. I guess the next topic of conversation was something that Cutter had brought up. What the fuck is up with the 3D gun shit? So now,
That shit's real.
it
That
is
shit been
real.
Yeah.
And so
Since
far,
like 04.
And so far,
Really?
2,000
Yes.
people have
How am I
printed
so
out
late?
3D
Yes.
AR-15s.
Damn.
How you
Yeah.
got a 3D printer that big at your house?
You print it in parts.
Oh.
Yeah.
You assemble the parts.
And you,
So
put
wait a
them
minute. How does
together
that?
like
So
connects?
why isn't the government shutting this down?
They tried to
how
put
does that work?
How can you
limitations
shut
on
it down?
How do you shut that down?
I don't know. I just feel like that's something that they would.
Trump
get
and
on.
them approved it.
Trump approved it.
Yeah.
He's approving all type.
Damn.
You know, Jeff Sessions just approved this whole religious.
Oh yeah, the Gestapo,
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know,
I heard
people
Christian
about that.
fundamentalists about to come knocking at your door, and if they catch you jagging it, you up out of there, homie.
What?
You up out? Yeah, Jeff.
What is that?
You can't even have a good time in your own place.
Are you familiar with the
You
book
can't jerk off?
1984?
That's
Yeah.
rough.
You got so girls
Big
can't
Brother
jill
and
off
shit.
anymore.
Big Brother.
Wait a minute, wait. I go to jail for jilling off.
Jilling off.
I'm glad
I
you
like
said
that.
that. I always
Depends
Jilling
say
off.
jilling.
Depends.
Is that
I've
what
never
it's
heard
called?
that. Jilling
The
off.
female version of jacking off is jilling off.
I thought it was
I
called
like
slicking.
that.
Shut up.
Jilling off.
I call it rubbing a stamp.
Oh God.
What's stamp? I don't get it.
I wish y'all could see our engineer. I wish that there was a soundbite for that
Welcome
shit, 'cause
back,
I got
by the
crickets.
way. Welcome back, engineer. I know she
She's
missed all
just so
this.
quiet. I'm like,
I'm
wait.
trying to sort through the pages.
So many pages, but yeah, man.
I got so much shit saved up from last week that I couldn't do.
Yeah.
We need you to talk
I
about
found it.
We found what?
I found the perfect sound bit for you.
You, sir, are an idiot.
She been doing it all that time.
I'll keep that one queued up.
Shout out to my nigga Herschel Krustovsky. The OG deviant. That was Krusty the Clown.
Krusty the
OG
Clown.
deviant.
The OG.
You said the
deviant.
first and last name, government status.
I had to. Krusty ain't real.
Shout out
like-
to the Simpsons. Though.
Krusty ain't real.
Bring in.
It's the one
The
time I don't
clowns.
fear the lawyers coming. Fuck it.
Mhm.
But
But
I
wait-
mean,
I have a
Let's-
question, guys. You mind if I ask a question?
Go
Can I
for it.
pose
Go for it. Go
one?
for it.
I know you guys have a schedule like what you guys talk about, but I have okay. I'm just gonna say this. I do a panel discussion sometimes at Mac Alive, and we have conversations about all types of things. I'm talking about a plethora of things all at one time. One conversation that we talked about for 4 hours and we could not come to a final conclusion on was
shit.
Oh damn.
yeah. I'm about to drop this gem on y'all real fast. What makes a person gay?
Oh my
Oh.
god.
choice.
No. Okay, so choice of what? Like, is it the type of sexual acts, or is it just because you identify with it? Yeah, I'm
Choice.
going there.
Two choices. Choice of how
Look
they
at
carry.
mine.
two. I want to say two things. Choice of how they carry themselves, and how they identify.
Okay, and I'm happy you said.
Yeah, because like the whole there's gay culture,
Mhm.
and there are people that don't necessarily affiliate within the parameters of gay culture. They're just, I guess, gay by action, but not by affiliation. They don't really get involved in LGBT
Yeah.
QIA discussions or politics. They don't really hang out with many LGBTQIA people. They probably just like people of the same sex or orientation as themselves or gender or what. I ain't even gonna get into all that, but yeah. And then it's behavior and how they identify. That's literally it. I ain't gonna get into the born.
Yeah, I
Or-
just only asked that question because, I mean, personally, I have nothing against, the LGBT community. Everyone should be free as they want to be. The question only came up because they're teaching LGBT classes in high school.
Oh,
And
yeah.
my 17-year-old cousin said that there's nothing wrong with identifying as gay if you feel like you're gay at that moment. But if you don't feel like you're
What?
gay later,
Mm.
that's okay.
That's what I mean by the identification. And
Yeah.
how you affiliate. Because, I mean, so if a guy was gay all throughout high school and then he decides to marry a woman later in life, is he straight or bisexual?
Right, that was a conversation.
Based on his past experience.
That's what the whole thing. If you do it one time, that's what this one guy, he was making a joke about it.
Like it was like
Oh,
it
it's
was
the
fun in
whole,
college.
it's the whole you
Basi-
can't unsuck a dick thing.
Yeah, he was like,
can't-
Nah,
he was like, if you do
can't
that,
do
it's
I'm
over.
sorry, fam.
And that's what he was saying. His girl, he said his girl. That's the whole point. He was making a joke. He was clowning his girl.
Okay.
And he was saying, she was gay because she had a, situation with a girl, and he was there. He's like, yeah, my girl gay now. She's like, I'm not gay. I did that because you wanted me to. And he's like, no, you did that because you really gay. You know what I'm saying? But
You can't
So-
force nobody.
I mean, you know
into
something?
anything.
I ain't gonna lie. In situations like that, that's where the choice component comes in. She doesn't
Yeah.
affiliate with gay, but she chose to partake. I mean,
right to please your weak ass.
right.
yeah. Because if she says, I only did it because you wanted to do it, she
But,
obviously didn't want to
I
do
mean,
it.
Right,
They
she didn't
don't-
want to do that shit.
Ain't nobody gonna suck a dick to fucking
Right.
please their woman.
I
dude.
know that's right. I know I ain't.
But-
about-
I mean, people will do it, but I'm not.
that's
I
a hell of a
mean,
favor to ask.
Villain greatly
a hell of a
To ask,
underestimates.
That's a Don
The
Corleone
prevalence of-
That's a
favorite.
nigga like.
Villain greatly underappreciates the prevalence of cuck culture.
I give up. Dog. I've given up so far along. Look, I can't. It's hard to discuss this stuff because it's so fucking complicated.
Is it
Like,
complicated?
It is
I don't
complicated.
think it's complicated.
Because
I
you
think
got-
it's clear.
You got 25
cut.
letters trying to explain what the fuck going on. I can't remember all the goddamn letters. And then you got, people not sticking to the game plan. Like, why you just can't pick one and shut the fuck up?
Because the politics of affiliation is another thing. Some people identify a specific way because the group solidarity. Some people have had feelings and shit that they've dealt with solo dolo. Family don't understand them. Maybe shunned them or excommunicated
Right.
with
I
them,
fe-
and
I
they
feel-
they may not have been people that have practiced, but the affiliation is stronger.
What happened?
Why did you all look at me?
I felt like, right, I ain't gonna lie, I felt like the engineer is like, I want to say something too, fam.
Don't talk about the gays. Don't talk about the gays.
But I mean, it's,
It
it's,
did feel like that. Like she was like, it was like, oh, don't do
she
that.
seemed
That's-
she seemed
She was about to cut somebody mic
No,
off.
she just
No.
seemed
Oh,
extremely
she cutting
interested.
off mics.
In
Yeah,
yeah,
she
she
cut
cut
him
off.
off.
She only
Dylan's
cut
mic.
off
Just
my
Just
like
when
this
he gets
mic.
out of hand.
Yeah, especially this one.
No, I.
Sometimes you got to put baby in the corner, okay?
That's right. She just seemed interested in the conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Some things I say are controversial.
that's why we fuck with you though.
But
Right.
look, I, it's a sensitive topic, and I don't really,
It is.
I'm not trying to bash nobody or anything. It's just like whatever you like is whatever you like. I just can't, speak about stuff that I don't really know about firsthand.
Facts. I got checked.
Yeah.
I got checked on that actually not too long ago. For one of my various accounts got banned. Somebody came on my wall and tried to check me. It was in regards to before Scarlett Johansson stepped down from the role where she was going to play the trans man. And I
I feel
that
like
the
she
name
should
of
have
the
just went
movie?
and committed.
no,
Wait a minute.
Just
wait,
commit.
Wait. Is that the name of the movie? The
No,
Trans
I ain't gonna lie,
Man?
that
no,
is-
she was
that's
That'd
the
be a
best title
fire
of the
she
movie.
was
movie.
she was playing a trans man, or she was slated to play a trans man and stepped down from the role.
Why she
based-
stepped down though?
Online backlash, which
What?
yeah, people were like they need to get a trans man to play a trans man.
Stop saying
Stop.
trans, man.
I mean,
trans man do sound rough.
Is that the proper
It do
term?
sound rough.
that's the,
Is that
that, listen. This is the terminology
It
that
sounds
was
funny, but
explicitly used
it's
as to
great.
why
So
they had a
you can
problem
use
with
trans
her.
man and it's fine.
Yeah, when you talking about a trans man,
It just rhyme. That's probably why it's funny.
It does
Yeah.
rhyme.
but I just brought up the point where it's like, well, Peter Pan outside of animation is traditionally played by a woman, an androgynous looking woman, and people don't tend to have a problem with that. So I was just looking like, well, did y'all really have to go so hard on her? And I had actually thought about this the other day. It brought up a good conversation. At a certain point, when all these people that everyone wants to be cast and everything, when that shit starts happening and it's the norm and you don't have non-trans people or non-binary people playing roles, at what point do y'all motherfuckers claim the right to get mad because of tokenism and because of your representation being controlled by media and marketing interests? Well, we could have went with this trans person, but they're kind of ugly and they're not fit. So
It's not
we went with
marketable.
this trans person.
That's shaming.
We went with a trans person that has passing privilege, which is another thing that I found out exists.
Man, it's
If
so,
you are a
it's-
trans man that can pass for a man, you have a privilege that a non-passing trans man
That shit
has.
sound
it's too
confusing
much.
as hell.
You need Tranny Rich on this show.
Yeah, we need a trans specialist. Like just come in, just be like,
A tra-
oh no,
A transmission.
a transmissionary.
We need a read the bell for yourself.
Man, we losing so many. We lose so many followers right now.
Y'all are petty.
Cut that ignorant ass nigga. But I mean, it's true though. Why do you think the conversation for y'all went on 4 hours though?
Because we had a lot of people that was two protagonists and two antagonists. They were so one sided. It was like the one guy. I ain't gonna say no names, but the one guy specifically, he said it like, so you trying to tell me if I wake up one morning and I let this nigga suck my dick, like you trying to tell me I ain't gay tomorrow because I decided to go be with my wife? He said I'm gay if I do that one time, and somebody was like, no, you're not, and it was a whole argument.
See, and that's what I.
and that was a 40-year-old man arguing with a 17-year-old boy.
Oh my god.
I think it depends on your situation and just who you are as a person. Like, who are you to decide what makes someone else something?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I think it just depends on your feelings.
But then somebody said, if you're a vegetarian one day and you decide you want to eat meat tomorrow, you're still a vegetarian.
If you decide to eat mostly a vegetarian lifestyle, yes. We can't let dogmatism get in the way of how people conduct themselves, because at a certain point, you don't get any credit for being dogmatic. That's what you're supposed to be doing if you're following the doctrine. And now that I think about it, like, you can perform a homosexual act, but if you don't, that gay is the identity. The act is homosexual.
Right.
But I think
Sound like prison culture.
man, it is prison culture.
No, it's not.
It does. Dog. Like it's like it
Human
do. Dog.
culture
It's
Prison
kind of like
culture.
prison
Since
culture.
like
Let-
the Greeks.
Since
They're like,
before the Greeks.
Since before the Greeks, of course. I'm just saying, like, that's like the most
Hey,
people
what
can
what
relate
goes in the
to.
pantheon stays. In
We're
the
not just
pantheon.
talking about
Hey.
Italian.
They was throwing them coins up, like, them grapes.
We're
and
not just
wax.
talking about Greek salads and Italian.
They
We're
don't
talking
have
about
any
it.
coin right now. It's just
They
grapes.
don't have shit right now.
just grapes.
They don't have. They're
Couple
covering right
spoonfuls
now.
of
Oh my
yogurt.
God, they have no money.
But the
Who, the Greeks.
Yeah.
They owe
They have
money to
no
themselves.
money.
They don't have money to give money to themselves.
Yeah, low key, I think Western
Shout out to the
civilization needs
Shout
to
out to the
stop
Greeks.
Shout out to the
ignoring the motherfucking Gabriel's trumpet solo that's being played
Oh,
right
no.
now. Everyone in the West talks all this shit about being a bastion of democracy and a world growing darker and darker every day. But y'all niggas literally let the home place and birthplace of democracy slip and fall, and ain't nobody raised their hands to help. That's kind of sus.
You know, my biggest problem: people complain about shit and they don't do nothing about it. That's my problem.
I like
Oh,
that. Yeah,
that's
I don't like
because
that.
yeah,
Slack
yeah.
the
I don't
vote.
like that either.
I don't like y'all keep Detroit dirty. But
me
do
this
you
bill.
fucking stop and get the trash up? No.
That's because
Do you do you go down and volunteer to help people out?
No.
that's
No.
because nobody really wants to smoke.
Nobody wants to fucking smoke.
I've
That's true.
pulled over before off of 96 and fucking Grand Boulevard, and I see so much trash. It pissed me off. So I just stopped and had a thank you bag. I just got out and used that bag to pick up the trash and put that shit and threw it away myself.
When you come back the next day, it's probably a
That's
bunch of
what's up.
trash.
Yeah, of
again.
course, all the
very
time
noble.
accumulating back up. But for
It's
me,
Detroit tumbleweeds. It's
Yeah,
just
pretty
trash.
much.
Tumbleweeds and
Damn.
tumbleweaves. Has
I was about to
anyone
say,
here
it's
seen-
hands.
the weeds.
I have seen a weave on the side of the road in front of this cute little diner that I go to sometimes, and it was inside a huge pond. I was like, "Is that a dead squirrel?" Nope,
That's a
nope.
weed.
That's it. That's a
That's a weed,
yeah.
baby.
Tumbleweave.
Especially on Greenfield, you see a lot of that.
It's a bar right across the street. So
I
was
just
assuming it
painted a
was fight.
picture.
Yeah.
I just did a picture, and it was like a beautiful billow of flowers and
Yeah.
shit, colorful, like sun setting, like sun gods and all this shit. And then I got pictures, and then I got like signs of Joy Road and Woodward and BMAC and shit like that.
Jesus.
Yeah, I went there.
You went
so
hard,
it's
buddy.
this poetic fine arts looking, and I don't know where you just see Joy Road and shit, Plymouth and Warren and Woodward.
That's
Yeah.
actually kind of dope.
It is.
That is
I
kinda
know a
dope.
lot of my friends love shit like that. My
Yeah.
friend Lolly buy every fucking thing I put up that has anything with Detroit on it.
Being
She respects the culture. She respects it all. People
Gotta
appreciate
respect
when they
the
see the
culture.
vision. When they see the vision, they feel what you're doing. It's gonna sell.
They connect.
I agree. I actually want to segue into the next topic based on that. Like being proactive, like being so proactive to the point where you willingly get out of your car to clean up some shit, to do something about something that you see as an injustice, can make you it can make you feel pretty lonely. Because when you do the right thing, when you step out of line to do the right thing, you're going to get hate. You're going to get hate mostly from the motherfuckers that didn't want to step up and do anything in
I
the
feel like
first
they're going to
place.
hate you regardless.
LeBron James is going through that right now with that fucking school that he
Ooh-wee.
opened. That's okay. So as a kid that went to a garbage ass charter school, I just want to take the time out to personally say, fuck anyone and everyone that was involved with the administration of my school. You motherfuckers know who you are.
And what school would that be,
I
sir?
can't say nothing right now.
Okay.
I ain't got the lawyers to protect my
Okay.
ass.
You don't want the
No,
smoke.
you don't want that
no
smoke. You
no
don't want no
smoke.
No smoke.
That's
The
fine.
charters are independently funded, so they'll come after your ass.
Right.
Of course they are. But trust and believe I know how the game works. But if
They're
you
like-
mother-
they're
if
like
you know who
kid
you are
parents.
out there, take this L because ain't no names been named. Only the hit dog is gonna holler on this one.
Okay.
Shots fired.
Shots motherfucking fired out of a cannon.
Out of a cannon?
But
That's-
back to
that
what I was
deep.
saying.
From what
As a-
I seen on Facebook, I would have thought LeBron James opened a jail.
Opened up a jail.
Yeah,
and-
It was
motherfuckers.
that bad?
Yeah, motherfuckers.
It looked great
hating
in
on
there.
it.
Did you see
Niggas-
that?
But I'm talking about niggas hating how they hating on it. I would have thought he opened up a jail.
The fact
way-
that he opened up a school, what the fuck is it for anybody to say? I mean, I don't know how many other people
Yeah,
open up
there's
schools.
been a
with
lot of
their money.
tuitions,
That's
free
his money.
tuition,
He
free
decided to do
uniforms,
that with his money.
free tuition, free uniforms, free bikes and helmets, free transportation within 2 miles of the school,
And he doing it adult
Family-
education?
family
So the
food
people that's saying
pantries.
this, what are they doing?
and a free
Not a-
college education to Akron College to
for
anybody
anyone
that graduates.
finishes. And if your parents don't have their GEDs, then
They can go there.
they can go there.
Wow.
Yeah, they can go
So
there.
he's creating opportunity for people that's
Yep.
not used to having.
And he's auctioning off the
opportunity.
shoes.
Shout out to Dr.
Yeah.
Umar Johnson for
Oh.
fucking up and lying.
You got to take a deep breath when you say,
I like how you just threw that in there.
I had to, man, because motherfucking LeBron said that shit and put it into fucking action. He didn't fucking go around selling chicken dinners and collecting donations and fucking conscious strippers and all this other crazy
Why
shit.
chicken dinner?
Fucking conscious strippers.
I watched Jalen Rose talk about it, and I was kind of interested.
Why chicken dinners though?
Yeah, it was fun. I watched
cliche.
Jalen Rose position about it, and he was kind of like, man, I've been doing this for a while, and I didn't get this type of attention.
Because
he
you
not
were doing
LeBron
it
James.
through the fucking lens of a charter school. I ain't got no problems or no. I don't want no smoke with Jalen Rose, but
I was about to say
LeBron is
Jalen
doing-
Rose will come see
He
you.
would come see your
Yeah.
ass.
I feel like this is another
Jason Rose
case where
pull up.
someone's just hating on someone because they made them look bad.
yes,
That's all
Yeah,
it
I
is.
felt like that,
oh,
too.
you
Decent-
look better than
he
me right
over-
now.
he didn't
I
make
have to
him
talk
look-
crap
he
about
didn't make
you.
him
I feel like that was
Yeah.
a slight,
Absolutely right.
like it was a slight
exactly
diss from
what it
Jalen
is.
Rose. Like I was
He
like,
did-
Jalen Rose ain't had to say that.
He didn't make him look bad. He just overshadowed him.
Yeah,
But it's also because LeBron is doing this shit on his own. Like going through a charter school, you literally handed somebody else the money to do the shit for you.
He don't have
Yeah.
time for all of that.
but I feel like the major fans,
We
they're
can't
just
trust
mad
people
at him.
nowadays.
They like what it was like. Well, we mad at him still because he left
True.
Cleveland. So it's like no matter what he gonna do, they always gonna be upset.
Fuck it. Get it in.
He's a heavily scrutinized athlete.
Most people that are living gods are.
True and
Yeah,
living.
that was
Shout out to y'all LeBron
that
haters.
was real deep.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like LeBron after this he can't do no wrong. I think after
He got
this
to do something wrong to be wrong.
I like the Lakers.
don't think-
Say that.
And I like LeBron.
He gonna have to do some
I
Kobe
like all of
shit.
that.
You feel like it's
LeBron with the
coming?
Lakers
He
is
got to
like a
do
peanut
some.
butter and jelly
He got to
sandwich.
do some Colorado Kobe shit.
No.
low-key, it's
No.
coming. I feel. You know what? I thought about this yesterday. I was like, it could happen. We could be seeing
keep all towel girls away from LeBron.
next year. We could see the downfall of LeBron. It could
No.
happen.
Why next year?
It's not happening.
Next year we
Well,
can see it.
He is gonna be in LA, so
I mean, because it's too good right now.
LA is about to be a cult. It's not even a city anymore. It's
Nah.
just-
But it's too good
Shout
right
out
now
to the
for
Lakers for
LeBron.
being the worst fan franchise in all of sports. You know, I'm actually gonna give y'all worse than the Cowboys. All the Lakers nation, y'all literally.
No, I take it ain't as worse as Cowboys. Living in Dallas it ain't worse as Cowboys
have you?
fans.
Yeah, Cowboys are kind of like indoctrinated.
They are
like-
fucking nuts.
because
They'll always be amazing to the country of
Yeah.
Texas.
the country.
I mean, they
country.
wanted to be a country.
They are. They still like
Yeah,
their
they still
heads,
feel like they're a country.
they are.
But
I
yeah.
know.
You know why the Cowboys are worse than LA? Because LA don't have fans. You know, it's just a bunch of people that go to the Laker game.
Yeah,
They just they're not fans.
You mean outside of like
Yeah.
all the craziness, they just like, well, I'll just show up to a game.
Yeah, they
that's
want
like
to be.
that's like a nigga that got weed. Like you're not the weed man. You just a nigga
You
that got
just a
weed
nigga that
today.
sell
You
weed.
got some
It's
extra
a
shit that you
difference.
ain't
It's a
smoking.
difference, right?
Yeah, it is a
Cowboy,
difference.
Cowboys fans have generations of Cowboy fans.
Yeah.
That you
Yeah,
know,
it's like
this is our
it's
life.
like they're a more successful Lions franchise.
Yeah. I feel like we like they sister like to the like just losses.
Man, Detroit is just like the line. I can see Detroiters
I don't
being
even want to talk
prideful.
about Lions. I'm pissed
about
off
every
the
month.
Lions.
Nobody want
motherfucker.
to talk about the Lions.
Yeah, I'm mad at the Lions, so I don't want to talk about it.
The Lions mad at themselves.
They should be. I don't watch football no more because racism.
Oh my
God.
god.
You want to know what's racist? Being able to laugh at a Whitney Houston druggy joke, but being chastised for saying something about Demi Lovato. That's racist.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh.
There you go.
Right now,
Shit.
the air in the studio is about as hot as a spoon in Demi Lovato's house.
Oh my God.
Oh my god.
Ooh, that. Oh
I
no.
can't.
Oh no.
If my braids had just got braided, my shit would be hurting. I'd be mad at you if I just got my hair braided.
Demi Lovato.
So it's a pretty bad situation, but we've seen it before. Like Walter White is allowed to be a tragic drug kingpin who was forced into a life. Meanwhile, Avon Barksdale and Stringer Bell are scumbags that have been motherfucking dope niggas from day one. And it's just
Talking about that Detroit
The
movie.
narrative.
That movie.
no, just like how Walter White from Breaking Bad was portrayed versus
I
Idris
like
Elba
Walter White
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
versus Idris Elba from The Wire.
On the wire.
Okay, but you gotta understand. Look, okay, see, you don't see the small silver lining. See, the reason that Stringer Bell was a villain because he deliberately went out to go make sure he sold drugs to his community. He didn't give a shit. This guy, he fell down to hard times. His people was dying, and his family's son, got shit
you
going
talking
on.
about- oh,
He
and
felt
he had
like it was
cancer.
a point of disparity. And then he was already so intelligent when he can create it. He created the product itself. Like he literally created artificial matter. Motherfuckers was using, and then he didn't. And he barely had a middleman.
Season 1 and 2,
Mm.
I agree with you. But when motherfuckers start yelling at his wife and saying, "I don't fear the danger, I am the danger,"
I am the danger that
That's
knocks.
when you become.
He supposed to pull it out then.
No,
He was.
didn't.
Yeah, he
didn't.
was- yeah,
he
he
was
didn't.
supposed to pull
Yeah.
out. He was supposed to pull out when he had millions of dollars in cash and his cancer was a 94%
Was that before or after he
remission.
bought him? It was. Did he buy his son a Charger after that?
And the car wash.
And
yeah,
the
'cause
car
they
wash.
What
owned
an
the car
asshole
wash.
move
Yeah.
though. By a charge.
He
That was a
literally
big move, right?
That was a dick
literally
move.
A lot of niggas in
became
Chrysler were charging.
he literally became worse than
Total dicks riding around the charger.
he literally became worse than Marlo Stanfield because as far as we know, Marlo and them still had to go through the Greeks, Brother Mouzon, and the Italians in New York.
Right.
Walter's distribution was international because of Gustavo and everybody else. That German LLC that was washing the money for them was also the people that allowed them to carry the methylene or whatever the fuck chemical it was
Yeah.
that they couldn't get. So
Yeah, I felt like after he met Gus, it was like he didn't. He was
Man,
like a whole nother
Gustavo is my
character.
fucking hero, by the
Yeah,
way.
after you
Shout
met
out to
Gus, it
I
was
want a
like
El
I
Pollo
didn't.
chicken shirt, by the way.
El
I
Polo
ain't-
How about
Loco.
that?
I ain't watching neither one of these shows.
But yeah,
Oh
he
my
met Gus. I
God.
was like, man, he too over
What?
the edge.
Yeah.
You gotta watch
Gustavo
it, man.
is
Breaking
that
Bad
man.
was legendary.
Yeah, I heard.
Best
I just-
businessman I've ever
I
seen.
didn't watch.
before.
I didn't watch Breaking
Oh, yeah, he
Bad
went hard.
because by the time I actually was gonna start watching it, it was too deep into the damn show, and I was like, nah,
That's no
I'm straight.
excuse.
It's an
Speaking
excuse
of-
to me.
It's just the portrayal of things, kind of like how you look at the way that drug crime sentences were conducted in the 80s and 90s. Now, you literally had to have multiples of your body weight in cocaine
Yeah.
to get the similar charge that you would for having 2 or 3 crack rocks.
It was
Damn.
like 7 times.
And
as
it
much
makes
time.
no sense because you literally cannot create freebase without cocaine. Like imagine being given 20 years for a bottle of ketchup while a nigga with a bushel of tomatoes gets 5. Imagine that.
Y'all
Nigga,
know-
I can't get the ketchup without the goddamn tomatoes.
Exactly.
It was a guy that just won a settlement for $45,000 because he found out that he had 33% sub-Saharan African in him, and he was getting discriminated in his police force, and he sued for racial discrimination, and he won $45,000.
Damn.
That was on the news
That's
today.
hard.
Shout out to the
It
homie.
was,
Get,
it,
That's
was, it was
hard.
hard to watch. I
That's
was like,
hard,
God
bro.
damn.
get that nigga the bell
Yeah,
real quick.
man. Get-
I was like, he would have deserved it if he dealt with it all his life, but he didn't.
He
It was like,
didn't.
he just found out.
He
I
just
mean,
found out he
it's-
was
it-
black.
Like, you only got to call a nigga like 20 times.
Right.
You get 45,000. I think it.
We had
Right.
this discussion
That's a
about
good
we
hustle.
had this
It
discussion
was
about
just on the news today
$5
on Fox
Indians
News. You guys
last
can
week.
look it up.
Oh yeah.
I was shocked.
But I mean, yes, I don't know, man. Like the
If
way
you-
that just
Stringer Bell sucks, though.
If you just found out you black yesterday, like what does that do to your life? Like you be like, I'm black now. Can you do
I
certain
wonder how
things?
one would react to that, though.
I don't know.
Interesting.
Like
I
There
mean,
need-
I
there
mean, you
needs to
definitely
be
go to
like
the Essence
there needs to
Festival
be
now.
like a reality TV show that would have came on like mid 2000s.
David Chappelle should have did that one.
I found out that I
found
was
I'm
black.
You go to the beauty supply, and get your first do rag.
Oh, my
True
God.
life. True life. I found out that I'm black.
It's like I never wondered why this Kool-Aid was so good.
My credit score went down 200 points. Yes.
Guess I gotta.
Oh, shit.
Guess I gotta start rolling up these backwoods.
Oh, y'all killing me.
For doing the show, they
That-
went a weekend getaway to Detroit.
Yes.
Weekend getaway.
All expenses paid.
All
Oh,
expense
yeah.
paid.
AKA you on your own, nigga.
You on your
That's
own,
what
right.
that means. Oh my god.
Y'all,
Low-key, that'd be
y'all
a
didn't get enough
lit.
whoopings growing up, did y'all?
Too many
Not
whoopings.
too-
You got whoopings. You ain't getting a lot of whoopings.
I got whoopings.
Nope.
I got enough.
I need to start whooping
I
my
got-
son ass.
I
see what's
got
gonna
got
happen
enough.
mine.
I got enough whoopings is the talk of a nigga that ain't never had his ass bruised. That's
Right.
what that
Oh,
is.
You ain't never had an iron thrown at you.
An
Damn.
iron? I had
Full
an iron
iron.
and board thrown at
Full
me.
iron. I dodged it, but it was
Kiss
full
my
iron.
God.
I used to get my ass whooped too, though, y'all. Shit.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Full
Yeah,
iron.
it don't
I
matter
think
what
that
the
too
fuck.
many ass whoopings result in kids like 6'9".
I got so many whoopings. I ain't do shit else for like 7 years straight. I was like, fuck that.
I had,
The
I had,
whooping, the
you
end
ain't
all
gonna get no reason
whoopings.
to put your hands on me.
I had enough whoopings to where I ain't have a hot spoon.
Okay.
Oh shit! Is that a shot to Demi Lovato again?
But did you have a hot
Damn.
single? But did you have a hot single?
A hot single like
They
Michael
did They
Jackson.
did overdo that.
You
whole
told
thing.
me that you've told me your thoughts about 6ix9ine and before and how you think he a funny troll. How you feel now about all the shit with him getting robbed and supposedly he was coming from doing a song with Nicki.
Oh, I like that
and
shit.
some niggas pulled up on him and they forced him.
I'm
to,
surprised he's still alive though.
Streets gotta eat.
Streets got to eat. That's what we gonna chalk it up
6ix9ine.
as.
I mean, what's supposed to happen? Like things are supposed. I hate when people think when certain shit happens, certain shit is not gonna happen in response to that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you ask for the smoke, you gonna
gonna
receive
right.
the
Eventually,
result.
you knock on a few doors.
You know what I'm saying?
Somebody
Yeah,
gonna answer your
Somebody's
ass.
gonna like. People don't think karma is a real thing or something like that. Karma is real.
No, it's not.
Karma is real.
No,
You
it's
may
not.
not
You don't believe
live
in
long
karma?
enough to see the karma.
It's not real.
It's real.
So what's the karma?
So you telling me?
The energy
so if
you
a
put
child
out
in
in the-
Ethiopia accidentally steals some bread because they starving to death or something bad happened to them, that's supposed to happen to them because it was karma, or was they fucking hungry?
According to the Bible.
Oh my god.
Uh,
So we talking about a Bible first, Christianity, Judaism, or what we talking about?
The
If we-
Bible.
if
Any
we-
of
According to the
them.
Bible, we should also stone to death anyone who's had sex before marriage. Oh,
Yeah.
and if you wear clothes made of blended fabrics,
That's right.
There
you
you
need to
go.
be burned.
Look,
That's
play
right.
us fuck up.
So
That's right.
No, I don't want to hear it.
These
Unless you're
Christ
gonna do
heads
the
breads.
whole thing, I don't want to hear
That's-
it.
I
That's
agree
my-
because it's funny that killing homosexuals and not eating shrimp is contained in the same Bible. And I know a lot of shrimp eating homophobes. Shout out to Captain Jay's.
Shrimp eating
Shout out to Captain
homophobe.
J.
Shout out to
It should be Roach's days by now.
Captain James might have people pulling up like, y'all got that shrimp?
I got that
It's
shrimp.
right. I don't
Y'all ain't
think
got no
Oh, boy.
faggots cooking the shrimp, do y'all?
It better not be no fat.
Shout out to Po Boy.
I never
Shout out to Chick-fil-A.
I never. Well, yeah. Shout out to Chick-fil-A. I've never understood how you can boycott seafood and be a homophobe. And it's literally, it's like not even like the next. It's like not even the next verse. It's literally that same part. It's like literally the same part. Like God was just being picky when He was doling out
That is a
instructions.
whole
Like
ass
no
movie.
shrimp. And none of them saucy niggas you be hanging with on the weekend. I'll be seeing.
That's
Why
like
do- why
instead
the
of
fuck people care
complaining,
about
you
other
do a
people
Yelp
what they like?
review.
Because that's the purpose of
Some
religion. The
hoes.
purpose of religion is to care about how everyone rules their lives.
I think it's all about order. I think it's strictly about order.
I mean, it
and
is.
and
You
divine
need something
nation.
to
It
keep
is about
people in
order. Why do you think the shepherd? Why do you think the pastor refers to himself as a shepherd and the people as sheep? I want to actually open up the lines to our callers out there that probably have or have not been waiting. I don't know how you lazy motherfuckers with them Dominican payphones y'all be on. Go ahead and get a studio call.
Obama
Obama
phones.
phones.
Give us a
Say,
call.
do you want me
at-
to read it for you?
I got
Can you see it?
Oh, he's got
Thank
it. He
you.
got it.
Okay. There's a bit of a glare.
Studio 3-248-579-5260. That's 248-579-5260. We're going to actually take calls for the rest of the show about any of the shit we talked about, but just religion in general and just how it is a control system and a methodology of making sure that motherfuckers
Can you
go
talk
to.
about
Well, it's not
religion
just
without
that. It's
throwing
like
hands?
there's one book and there's so many different
Somebody
religions.
calling already?
Like there's some religions where you're not. They say you can't drink.
Caller,
God
you-
made wine, right?
God made one.
Did I miss that?
Caller, you're on the air.
Go ahead. What's going on? The legendary
Hey, yo,
Tudor.
man, fuck T-Rock.
Oh.
Oh, shit,
Jesus.
shots.
Little man.
Shots.
Well, I don't know. Tudor certified. He
Tudor is
you claiming
certified.
Joy Road, right?
God, Joy Road, nigga.
That makes sense.
They right around the
Brick
corner from
Mile.
each other,
Murder
dog.
Mac Mayor.
Wow.
Murder Mac
Mac
Mayor?
Mayor.
You can't do that.
Dog, calm down, bro.
I was talking about the Murder Mac earlier. How you doing on
Hey,
this
yo.
lovely evening, Tudor?
Oh, hey, I'm doing smooth, bro. How about y'all people, man?
We good, we
living,
good.
all
We
things
good.
considered.
Hey, yo, that nigga Jerron racist as fuck for that
What
shit
a-
earlier, dog. That nigga, that Italian accent shit.
You
dog.
saw that? You heard that shit?
I wish.
Dog, that nigga racist
Didn't
as
that make
fuck,
you
dog.
not want to
That
eat
nigga
no
Come on,
cheese
dog.
bread, no Italian
Come
bread
on,
for a
dog.
minute?
Italian bread. Look, don't you talk about my mother?
Oh,
Oh,
God.
God. There you
Oh
go.
my
What you
god.
talking
my
about?
God.
She
Get
making
that nigga
she
off
making the
There you
sauce.
go.
I'm
She
done.
making-
Bye.
Thank you, Tudor. He always the first one. That's
He's he's always first. He's like that guy in the World Star comments that got to be first.
first. That say first.
That say first.
Fuck it. Anybody else on the line? Go ahead.
Speak now, forever hold your peace.
We clear?
There's no one there.
There's no one else.
248-579-5260. The engineer is right, but you know what it is? It was one book that's been remixed twice. Like, I mean, obviously it's been thousands of remixes, but two major remixes. First, there was the Torah. Well, even before the Torah, there was the Talmud, and then the condensed Talmud, Torah. Then it was the Bible, and then it was the Quran. So like Islam is like part 3, because it's all the same shit, all the same people, Abraham, Jesus, and everybody in the same. It's all the same shit. It's all literally the same shit.
It's a good read. I think people like hold too fast onto it. You know what I'm saying? Like
I
you-
agree.
You can like get an idea of what life is supposed to be like from the Bible. You can't live your life directly based off of the Bible because it's a lot of outdated ideals that's in the Bible. Like an eye for an eye, your ass go to jail.
No,
Treat
you
yourself.
cannot live your life through the Bible, because to live your life is to live by your own rules. To live your life through the Bible is to live for the overarching societal control of shit.
Mm.
I mean, it's religions that have been long since dead that we still use common vernacular for. Like Skyfather is derived from the word Jupiter, and Jupiter, Skyfather, the nigga up in the clouds with the long white beard throwing lightning bolts at niggas. That was all Zeus.
I was about to say Zeus, nigga.
Yeah, but whenever you hear niggas say something about the Christian God, is God gonna strike you down for that? Strike you down with what? Lightning. Because it's all the same shit.
It is.
I think it's all people just looking for answers. You know, people just want answers. They want.
Niggas don't want answers.
They do.
man.
They want people to tell them how to live their lives. They want like reasons why stuff happens. Like they're not gonna receive that from some book that was written thousands of years ago
By
you know?
illiterate goat herders.
Yeah, like that's not how
Literally
things work.
go hard
But
that never would got a secondary
Like
education.
you niggas talking all this fly jiggy shit about promiscuity in the past. Y'all have no idea how hard it is now, nigga. Imagine a Tinder for the goat fuckers 5,000 years ago, nigga.
Oh my
Nigga
God.
taking
Imagine
selfies,
that.
I like
fucking
goats.
the goats.
I like goats.
I like goats and
his
goats
tin-
accessories.
his tenders,
Goats and hoes.
his tenders are the goats.
Oh
I own
God.
2 pairs of sandals.
That's right. The flyest, jiggiest nigga this side of the dune in the date tree. Come fuck with your boy.
Niggas flexing with sandals.
Flexing.
You see the fur he have on.
These
100% goat.
those air Allahs,
Could
nigga.
you imagine seeing a profile picture of Go Herder with the God hands, with
Guys
the,
playing.
with the fresh, crispy waffle
Guys,
sandals out?
Legendary with the goat with the camel in the background.
He be like, I was one
Okay,
of the
that's
three.
that's about to be my new.
I was one
Instagram
of the
picture.
I
three-
need to
three
hear.
Oh,
wise
he's got to
men,
have a
dude.
cool walking stick.
He's got to
too.
have.
Oh, yeah.
I
You
need
can't
to hear.
not.
I need to hear the jigger of 4,000 years ago because he probably been like, "You broke ass niggas out here with the one hump camel. I'm out here with 2 humps, baby."
I'm out here 2 humps, baby. Flex
Yeah.
on.
Yo, broke ass.
Damn, why you throw that hallelujah?
Yo, broke ass. Ham only got one hump.
Did y'all
Come
know
rap.
y'all was slightly racist?
Come ride with.
Yeah, just slightly.
Come ride with a 2 hump nigga.
You acting
Ma.
like niggas ain't had camels. Back.
Well, y'all can't be racist though. It's an oppressed thing. So.
Oh, you one of those.
You feel that?
What? You
Racism is
one of
dictated by.
can't be racist when you're black.
I think you can. It's just not.
can.
I think it's just not effective
Kind of.
It's not effective at all.
I kind of agree
Can't.
with
How
that.
can you be racist if you're black?
by
How?
changing the definition.
But who's changing it now?
Y'all did.
I mean, it's kind. I'll put it to you like
Y'all,
this.
hold on, wait.
Whoever thinks you can't be racist,
I put
change
it
the
like this:
definition.
to go by the pre-described definition of racism, which was defined by white people, you also can't go by black because blackness was defined by white people. So it's like you trapped.
Yeah, you gotta pick something. You can't just keep. You can't just.
I get what you're saying. Okay,
You gotta pick something.
so I'm trying to understand this because I'm a pretty logical thinker. I'm a pretty broad thinker. So if you're saying black people,
If you go by,
if you're oppressed, if you're a group of people that are culturally oppressed, and you naturally react to a culture oppressing you, how is that racism when you're not the natural person that's bringing out a negative source or hatred or energy to that people primarily?
I want
I want to understand that.
I want to say it's
Because
by.
no one's out there running out trying to take white people out their homes and hanging them or like trying to kill them. Like you don't see that. You people can walk downtown Detroit.
South Africa.
No, you know why? That's a culture thing. And we can't. That's like men give their daughters away at 11 years old, and that's part of their culture. It's part of their marriage process, right?
So are we
Ceremonial.
talking?
Still
Are we,
super concerning.
It is though, but
Are
it's
we-
part
are-
of people's culture.
Look,
And it's
so-
normalized. in
so
certain
we have to
places.
quantify this. Are we talking about continental black people here in the
I'm
states?
talking about right here in this country,
In
right here, these
America.
black people.
You talking about America?
The most
right?
distinctive, most creative, most sexy individuals on the planet, by the way.
Here's what I'll
Shout out
say.
to USA and this bitch.
God bless America.
Here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll say, at least for myself. I've used words as weapons since I was 9 years old. Since I saw that forcing a dumb nigga to read ahead of when he was supposed to in class
That took a lot.
is more devastating than any ass whooping that you could have laid on him. I retired my fist then, and I've been killing niggas with the tongue ever since. And for me, it's one of those things to where motherfuckers can go back and forth, and for me to actually claim and get upset in a verbal spout and expect somebody to handicap themselves when everybody's being staunchly disrespectful, I can't allow that level of weakness to affect what I'm doing. Or at least by weakness, I mean, now we gonna go back and forth, and I'm gonna say everything in the sun about your grandmama, but don't you say that word, nigga. Otherwise, we gonna have a problem. If everybody's already using racial epithets, it's already a problem.
I agree.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, though. Like but that brings us to another whole conversation. Though.
What's that conversation?
That brings us to: can people say that word? Anybody can say that word.
In my opinion, yes. Only because I want you to come at me with your best, so I can show you that it wasn't shit. Like, to expect a nigga that burns crosses and waves a Confederate flag to be fair against you in a fight, that's just foolish.
And I will say this because I don't have any of my friends listen to this. But I have. If you guys.
About to come throw shit on the wall.
She
Girl,
like,
no.
she like, ain't nobody listening to
Shout out
these
to P Rock and
motherfuckers.
this bitch. You understand?
Oh, okay.
So anyway, that's what y'all call her. At the end of the day, I feel like this. You know.
Shots fired at Twitter.
Yeah. Fuck off. At the end of the day, you know what I'm
I
saying?
love
Racism is not about. For black people, it is different because racism is not about I hate you. Racism is like I'm tired of you fucking with me. So of course I don't like you, motherfucker. But it's not everybody. So I'm about to say my friends. If you guys follow me, LM Cos Watson on Instagram,
Shameless
a lot of my friends, a lot of my sisters are white, and you will see that. And you better not fuck with them. And if you say something to them about me, they will hand you your ass. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they wouldn't even think to say that word around me. Because
now I will say this.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but you said
they don't
that.
even care. They don't give a shit to even think like, oh, I think I should say that because they feel like that's not even part of how we got to conversate.
You said that
because I'm not gonna sit up there and say you or whatever. Like
but
I
you
don't
set that
say
tone,
nothing
though.
like but
you get what I'm saying? Like you set that tone. You was like, this is not acceptable.
And that's what I mean about.
I didn't though.
That's you kind of did just by being yourself, and that's what I mean about the individual aspect of it. To whereas how you carry yourself,
right,
is how other people.
It's
are
important
because
like if you got a strong character, people can read that vibe.
So much negative
Can we
space
start
in
a
it.
count
So
for
much
that?
space that's not negative. It's just
We need a counter.
We need to count every time. you
or
hit it.
straws.
But I feel like if you're a strong character, people can read that vibe. Like if
And
you,
honestly,
if you,
if-
if,
and
and especially if they respect you.
people
This
will
is what I-
test
Exactly.
the
It's a huge respect
people
thing.
gonna test the
Yes.
waters if they don't think they deep.
Now, I have
Right.
had people I've worked with, though, that told me, like, yeah, I say that to my... I mean, I've had friends, you know, I don't call her a friend. I call her associate because, you know, she had a smart-ass mouth. But she, you know, she dated black guys. She always say, like, you know, I say that word all the time. And I wouldn't
Dated
care.
black guys.
And she'll say, like, I mean, she did, though, you know, and that's all she dated. And then she'll be like, I say that word all the time. Like, I don't want you to be mad if I say it to you. And I said, okay, so... I'm not going to let you know I'm going to deliberately disrespect you. So I'm like, I don't understand why you pre-umping me. You know, so that's what I took personal. Like, why would you tell me what you might say? I'm not going to sit up here and call you a fucking whore.
Right.
Or I'm not going to call you a tramp or whatever that's offensive or derogative. And I might take that word derogative because I'm not saying that word to anybody like that.
Yeah, I'm straight on that. I don't.
Shit, we get in trouble now for using whore and slut as a derogatory. Those are kind words now.
I mean, honestly, it's a matter of respect and ignorance.
Yeah.
Is
Yep.
what it breaks down
Yeah.
to.
Yep.
That's exactly what it is.
I feel like you gotta.
And I'm
you
sure
gotta
it's things
establish
in white
that,
culture
though.
that we don't know, that we don't talk about. Like, see, the thing is, this is one thing I will say. Black people, we have always put our, whatever the fuck, our entertainment, our fun hobbies, whatever we do, we put it out there for entertainment for the world to see. We don't know what all Caucasians do amongst each other and the way they communicate and their small words and their lingo with each other. But we all know what we do because we're always being exploited.
You're
Not
not
on-
missing anything great.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that, but we don't know that. You know what I'm saying?
Mayo,
So
Not
we don't know
only
what
mayo is not
offends
very
you.
spicy.
Not only do we not know, not knowing is
Like
just
raisins
not
ain't
knowing is just a
go
surface
with
level.
everything.
No one can be
Oh, please don't
blamed.
bring that up. It's gross. No, not the potato.
Potato salad.
No
raisin.
one can be
No.
blamed for ignorance. Everyone can be blamed for stupidity, though. Kind of like how when I addressed Villain about, well, what do you mean by white? And we had to have him specify. White is just a blanket umbrella term. There's like,
Like-
Italians, French, and all
Yeah,
that.
that's like when you
Yeah.
say Asian, like somebody say, "Oh yeah, she Chinese." Like, how the fuck you know she Chinese?
That's the thing
Because
that
that's
they
the
go
point.
to.
The
Yeah.
point of racism is to
She could be
conveniently.
fucking
That's why I hate the.
Vietnamese.
That's
She
why I
could
hate
be,
the
you
term
know what I'm
POC.
saying?
the,
Thai.
me
I hate
too.
the
You
term.
supposed to
Once
hate
again,
the term.
She could be Cantonese.
Yeah.
They just assume.
Yeah,
The
they
point
do
of
so.
racism is to homogenize so you can disrespect more easily
Yeah.
by
Exactly.
just assigning
They're-
specific.
they're
terms.
But I
POC.
wouldn't date. I never date Asian guys. So
No
I'm
one.
not a person.
No one.
No, I'm not racist. It's just not my type. Just like some guys, I'm sure I'm not everybody's type.
Preference.
I'm not everybody's preference. I'm sure. So I'm just saying, Asian guys are just like can't make the cut. Fuck that.
Fuck it.
Jesus.
Fuck
No.
that.
No,
Well, I do want to thank you
no
for
dim
coming
sum?
out.
Oh, thank you. No problem.
Conveniently, it was the week after Mr. Kim was here. It was an Asian
Right,
guy.
it was Asian.
Oh, I
Mr.
wish you would have
Kim.
been
We
here.
miss Mr. Kim.
Mr. Kim would have been like, I ain't gonna say what Mr. Kim probably would
I was
have
about to say, what would Mr. Kim say?
said. He wouldn't have said
We'll
that.
have
No,
to
he
talk,
wouldn't have said
we'll
that.
have to talk about that on the next show.
Yep.
I want to thank everybody that came out and listened to Hadage Underground tonight. We were very, very happy to provide y'all
Shout
with
out
another
to the
Tuesday night fuck shit. Please like, subscribe, and share all links on the Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for Hadage Underground. And until next time, this has been the Mighty Mighty Meta Baron.
Voice the villain.
Macho Samson.
LM Cos.
Kate.
Yes.
Got her. Finally got her.
And we are out. Peace.
I feel like I'm part of the team.
Peace.
Can we get matching shirts?
You are a part of the team. As soon as-